Hey, Ginger here, and today we're going to talk about anal, one of the biggest taboos in the industry for people of conservative nature. And I'm just here to tell you that if it hurts, that means that you're doing it wrong. That means that the rim of the anus is ripping and tearing when you actually want it to stretch and flex safely, like the way kids gauge their ears. So think about it this way. You don't go from a post to a 00 overnight, or you blow your earlobe out. And the same concept happens back there. So remember these 3 golden rules and you should be good to go. Number 1, start slow. If you try to push past the pain, psychologically, it can register as something as traumatic as rape. And if you've ever met somebody who's had a previous experience with anal and they weren't too keen on the idea again, that's exactly what happened to them. So just have some consideration for your partner, and that'll make the experience a lot better for both of you. Number 2, start small, because if you go too big too soon, you'll rip open. And there's different ways to gauge for starting small. Porn stars don't just take it in the butt because they want to. They use plugs to gradually gauge themselves up, or beads to gauge themselves up. And plugs are a little bit more tapered, like a triangle, and then beads are long and then usually have like a pull cord or like a flat thing at the end, which is what your anal toy should have. It should always have a pull cord or a stopper, which is the flat base, and that'll prevent it from traveling up the intestinal tract and getting lost, which is why you hear the horror stories about sex sent me to the ER, because people don't perform things the right way. They don't do their research before they decide to jump into an activity, and then they get themselves in trouble. So those 2 things. And then also, if you have stimulation in other erogenous zones, it can relax your sphincter muscles so that it'll make something easier to get up there, rather than trying to push past the pain with no other sensation going on. If you provide other stimulation, it just takes your mind off of it. So remember, clitoral, U-spot, G-spot, A-spot, penis, scrotum, whatever it is, just kind of massage it a little bit while you're inserting. It'll make all the difference. Also, 3rd, lots of lube. It will make you super comfortable. It is not worth it to get uncomfortable during anal. And a lot of people, they use the wrong kind of lubricant. Some people use water-based lubricants, and water-based is good for if you're sensitive, but if you're doing anal, you don't have the same secretions like back there that you do vaginally, so you end up drying out. Then it gets raw, starts to hurt, you gotta take it out, reapply, reinsert back in. It's just not the process you wanna be going through. So if you get a thicker viscosity from the start, it's like a one and done with your applications. So silicone lube will actually allow you to have a great shower session, and it's gonna be completely waterproof the entire time because it's like a sand base. So it just sits on the body until you rinse away. And then also, if you eat a yogurt, it helps lubricate your intestinal tract. Just try to eat a yogurt like 24 hours to 48 hours before you perform, at least if you know it's coming. If you have any other questions, comments, feedback, I'd love to hear it all. I really look forward to communicating with everybody who's viewing this, and hopefully we will all learn something from each other. I hope to hear from you guys soon. Thank you. Have a great day.